Hey guys, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin with a review of the Mesa Coin Show, which was this past Friday and Saturday and Sunday. It was just Saturday and Sunday, but my brain's a little bit foggy because, I've just been going to a bunch of shows and trying to take it all in. And let's talk about some of the things that we saw and heard at the Coin Show up in Mesa. This is actually held in Central Phoenix, kind of near the airport at one of the Shriners halls, auditoriums. But the Mesa Coin Club puts it on. They do a really nice job. It's very well organized. And they have very nice attendance. I don't have totals from that, but I will say that I talked to one of the guys in charge, and on day one, on Saturday, they ran through all of their kids' bags. I think they had over 40 kids' bags that they ran through. And I saw lots of families coming through. And everyone I saw, I'm getting a little better at this. I made sure to tell them about the Coin Geek channel if they didn't know, and make sure that they had all the information about that. Handed out cards. This is all working towards the creation of a larger base, a larger hobby, a larger collector community. I do believe coin collecting is for everyone, and I'm going to do what I can to get everyone involved. So that was kind of fun. I had a number of dealers come up to me who did not do the Tucson show, who asked for applications for 2025. So that was pretty exciting and good news. And there's something I'm going to do a video just about this, but I just got to dispel this real quick. I don't think that back-to-back shows in the same state really necessarily diffuses the marketplace. I mean, I think that's a very similar thing to people saying, well, if someone's already been at a show, then it's been picked over and there's nothing to go see. And yet, if you look around, if you go into a show in the last couple hours, there's nothing but empty tables. But there's nothing but dealers with coins that are for sale, and plenty of them are still a good deal. I oftentimes find some of my favorite purchases at the end of a coin show. So this show has about 75, 80 tables with about 50 dealers in it. And from all of the western states, Excelsior's there from California, Tudor Coin from Albuquerque, a lot of the Phoenix guys that set up at the monthly shows are there at that show. You get a little bit of some mom and pop stuff going on, but a little bit of everything. And I'm trying to think if there's any stamp dealers. Nothing I can think of that I saw there, but you've got some big bullion dealers and a little bit of everything going on. And I think generally people had a pretty good vibe. It felt like a lot of dealers that I talked to had a decent show, did some buying and selling and had fun. I had fun. I did some buying and selling. If for any reason you're going to be in the Tucson or Phoenix area next January, if you can't make my January show, 17th and 18th, that following weekend, that Mesa show is a great show to go to. It's right near the airport. It's a Saturday, Sunday show. The Saturday is very busy. The Sunday, it only goes till 3 on Sunday, which means dealers are packing up by 1 usually. That's the way for a lot of club shows. They have a lot of door prize giveaways at that show as well, just for an FYI, like a lot of shows do. And I look forward to doing what I can to make sure that show is very successful in the future. I did do some strategic buying. I got to show you guys my larger plan for getting the coin community to grow involves dealing with stuff that a lot of you don't necessarily deal in. But I intentionally bought these type of items, which are 1 ounce silver coins that are Star Wars heads. And I think there's probably some Marvel stuff in here too. I got some Star Wars in that's a DC Comics, But this type of stuff I'm not buying to sell here today. I'm actually saving this until Labor Day, when I'm going to set up at the Tucson Comic-Con show, and there will be 20,000 people go through that show, and my whole intent is to get the word out about coin collecting. And that's what we're doing. So some of my favorite things that I picked up, I'm going to do a video just on new purchases, but I did pick up a whole box of books for like $10. No, it was $20. But Recollections of the Mint Director. Now, there are some books in here that are books that I'm not going to read because there's no pictures in them. The Rare Coin Estate Handbook by James Halpern and Steve Ivey and Greg Rohan. You recognize those names. Those are all the guys that run Heritage. This is, I wonder what this is dated from. How long ago? 2000. Y2K, we survived. The Romance of Coin Collecting by Edward Rochette. Striking Impressions by Haxby. This is kind of interesting looking book. Speaking of surviving Y2K, that's a surviving Y2K book. This one I thought was really interesting. This is from the United States National Museum, and this is contributions from the Museum of History and Technology, but that doesn't really tell you what the book is, which is fascinating to me. It's like, well, we're not going to actually tell you what's in the book until you read the book. You know, it's like how we pass laws. Contributions, This paper 31, History of the National Numismatic Collection. And so this is the history of the Smithsonian's national collection and what's in there and stuff. And so this I'm excited to kind of thumb through. And you can't get this just anywhere, folks. This is, some of you have joked around with me about the speed. This is a 45 RPM, 45. And Our Love is rarer than a 1909 SVDB by the Rockaways. Brand new mint condition, a little fuzzy. Got to get some of the fuzz off here, but luckily I have a record fuzz remover, believe it or not. That is an advertising piece. So also something that this might be for sale. I got to think about that. You know, this is the type of stuff that I pick up that's like just really weird esoteric stuff that I hold on to. But what I did pick up, which I'm going to put up for sale, and when I talk about buying stuff at the end of the show, this is a perfect example. Let's come take a look over here what we got. I bought this bad boy, which is a money changing machine, right? Straight out of the temple. And this guy, nickel plated, and you had a tray up here for halves, quarters, dimes, nickels, and the quantity of each coin. So you had dimes. You either had a 10 stack of dimes or a 5 stack. Same with nickels, a 10 or a 5. And so they'd fit in here perfectly, so you could just grab 5 more. So if somebody needed that much change, boom, and you're done, right? I don't know what the top tray was for exactly. This is probably for loose change here. But this top tray doesn't fit dollars quite right. It's like a little loosey-goosey. There's a part of me with these diamonds that makes me think that this machine was actually for casinos. But the scroll work is really cool here. It says Meeker on the side. And the Ireland and Matthews Manufacturing Company, Detroit, Michigan, patented first in 1905 and then all the way through 1907. And so the top tray here, the top tray comes off if you need it to. And then if we get back around to the front of this guy, it would make change in different denominations, so, and in different quantities. So 50 cent, quarter, 10 cent, nickel, 1 cent, 225. So basically if I needed a nickel, so I get my nickel one at a time, and I need a dime and a quarter. But here if I need a penny, but if I need 2 pennies, I do that, and it would give me 2 pennies at a time instead of 1, unless I jam the machine. These darn new pennies, these things are counterfeit proof, so you can't use modern stuff. So much for that time machine theory you guys had. This I picked up at the end of the show, and I was really excited about it. This piece here, you know, I'm going to price it $500, and I think it's really cool. It'll look good in someone's collection somewhere. Somebody's going to have that, but I'm not sure if it was from a casino or not on that. So, anyways, thanks so much for joining me today. Hope to see you guys at a show soon. I think I'm going to get down to El Paso and walk the show. And then in March, I think that goes to the ANA. April, Albuquerque. I think beginning of May is Central States, which I'm going to try to get to. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.